Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Rosh from the Poor Millennial Mom, and this channel is all about cash stuffing, budgeting, and debt repayment. I am a single mom on a journey to paying off $89,000 of credit card and student loan debt. So if you're interested in following along on that journey, I would love to have you. Okay guys, so today I'm going to take you through my 2023 low buy rules. But before I do that, I want to tell you why I'm planning on doing a low buy. So I have a lot of debt, as you know, and I spend a lot of money, again. But there are some things that I can't change. My bills are very difficult to change. I essentially treat them as fixed because I just pay the same amount every month. So I can't change those. But I can change how much I spend on other things. And my goal here by doing a low buy is to save money, reduce my spending, and use that savings to pay down my debt. So let's go through it, and I will walk you through what's going to be in my 2023 low buy. I'm not doing a no buy because hard restriction is difficult for me and I always fail. So we're going to do a low buy, so I still have a little bit of leeway, because I know myself, and I know that if I say absolutely not, you can't buy any of this ever, it's going to go downhill real fast. Okay, so we're going to start with the things I am not allowed to buy, and then we'll go into the things that I am allowing myself to buy. So, things that are not allowed. Books. I read a lot, y'all. And I love to read. I love to learn. But I have a public library card, and my library has a lot of ebooks. They have great selection. They are a big library. They have lots of branches, they offer a lot. So I have a library card, and then I also have a Kindle Unlimited subscription. So that means that I pay $10.99 a month for access to the Kindle Unlimited library. I can take out, I don't even know how many books I can take out, but a lot. And then I can return them. So it's kind of like a lending library that I pay $11 a month for. And yes, I could probably get a lot through my public library, but there are books I want to read, especially for some reason I found some of the nonfiction books I want, like research and academic books, are available in Kindle Unlimited. So why would I pay for them when I can spend $11 a month and get them, when one of those books would be probably $50 or $60? So I'm not going to be buying any physical books unless they are given to me or I have a gift card. Next is clothing. There's an exception to this, and that is if something wears out. But I have a lot of clothes, a lot of clothes, so I'm going to be getting rid of some of my clothes as well. But I'm also trying to lose weight. So a lot of the clothes I have fit my previous size, so I can just wear those, but I don't need to buy anything new. I work from home. I like to be comfortable. I am set. I have clothes for when I need to go work an event. I have clothes for work if I have to do a meeting or something. I can look nice enough from my house. You know, I don't really live a lifestyle where I'm going out and I have to wear a different outfit every single time. So I'm just not going to be buying any clothing. The other exception here is for the kids. So my kids are growing, obviously. They do need clothes. So I'm going to buy them clothes when they need those. Craft supplies. Y'all, I craft like crazy. So last year alone, I went through the following hobbies: knitting, cross-stitch, blackwork, English paper piecing, bookmark making, paper flower making. So I do a lot of hobbies, and I buy a lot of craft supplies for those hobbies. So my goal for this year is not to buy any more craft supplies, to use only what I have, unless it's needed for the completion of a project. So, for example, I'm doing an English paper piecing quilt right now. I will need to buy batting and backing fabric for that. But that's kind of a planned expense. I know I'm going to need that to finish the project. I don't know how big it's going to be yet, so I don't want to buy those things until I know. but that will, fingers crossed, be really the only big craft supply purchase I make this year. Then we have, oh, clothing. No, okay, there we go. Subscriptions. No more subscriptions. No more yearly subscriptions. I have a few that I still pay for. British History Podcast, because I am a sucker for history. Love history, especially English history. So I have been listening to that. I get a lot of value out of that one. Economist I've canceled because I'm no longer in school and I can just read the free version. Tappity for my kids, I'm probably going to cancel. There's a couple other ones, and then, like, of course, the streaming subscriptions that I share with my family, but no new subscriptions. I don't need to be paying that every single month because it adds up and I don't get value out of it. Or if I do have a subscription that I'm using a little bit of but not a lot of, I may just decrease my level or downgrade it. Okay, next we have jewelry. Y'all know I like rings. I really like to wear rings. I'm not going to be buying any jewelry this year. I have a lot of jewelry. A lot of it is costume jewelry because sometimes I just like to wear a nice necklace and some rings and stuff and blah, blah, blah. But unless I get it as a gift, I can generally borrow the jewelry I need from my mom or my sister. So I'm not going to be, like, buying more. I have enough. I have more than enough. So that's a big one for me. So unfortunately, the ring selection is going to be pretty stale, but that's okay. I already have more rings than I did last year, so. Okay, so makeup. I have makeup. I don't really wear makeup unless I have to for, like, a special occasion, like a wedding or something. I don't wear foundation. I'm lucky enough to have pretty good skin where I don't really need foundation. Yeah, I have a lot of lipstick. I like wearing lipstick, so I'll probably just wear through all of my lipsticks and then see what I want to replace and what I don't. I have exactly one eyeshadow palette, which I use very rarely because eyeshadow is a lot of work, and one eyeliner, I think. So I'm not going to be buying any more makeup. I'm not going to be going out. I used to go out and buy a lot of lipstick, like just, ooh, that's a pretty color, I bet that would look nice. Oh, I'm bored, I want a new color, whatever. Not going to be doing that. So, no more makeup until I go through what I have. Convenience. Okay, so this category is a little difficult, and this is why this is a low buy and not a no buy. Convenience is things like Ubers, or skip the dishes, or things like that. Things I don't need, but make my life easier. So this is things like, if I'm running late for work and I take an Uber, well, sometimes I just need to plan better. Sometimes life happens. There have been times where I'm running late for work through no fault of my own. Like if my kid's dad is supposed to pick them up and he's late, and then that makes me late and I've missed the bus and I need to get to work because otherwise I don't like being late for work. Skip the dishes and DoorDash delivery apps. I'm going to not use them as much. There are times where mommy's going to be sick and just needs dinner on the table. And that happens. I do have a chronic illness. It does take me out sometimes and I need lots of rest. And so there are times where I just probably will order my kids McDonald's just so that they're fed. And I think that's okay, as long as it doesn't go overboard. Like once a month, once every couple of months is okay. Once a week, maybe a little much. So that wraps up all the things that are going to be in the low buy category or the no buy category. So the things that I shouldn't be spending money on, really. So now we're going to move into allowed. These are the things that I am going to allow myself to buy because they bring value to my life, or, you know, probably that, really. Experiences. So this is going to be things like travel, like going to the zoo with my kids, going to the science center, checking out those zoo lights. These are all wintry activities for some reason. But maybe seeing a show, that kind of thing. Those are things that I value. Those are things that I like doing. They let me spend time with the people that I love. So those are going to be a yes. I will try to find like discounts on those things before I pay for them, but I'm not going to restrict them because I think they're important to a well-balanced life. Replacements, like I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to be buying things unless they are replacing a thing that wears out. So, for example, if my face cream runs out, I'll go buy another face cream because that face cream is also a sunscreen. So, like, you know, um, my pants, if I lose weight and my pants don't fit anymore, well, I need pants to leave the house. So I'm going to buy pants, you know? I will buy pants because nobody needs to see that. My kettle breaks, well, I will buy a new kettle. You know, things like that. Things where I need the replacement. Education. I am taking a couple courses this year, so education is relatively planned. I am taking a course in Heritage Resource Management, which is almost entirely covered through scholarship, bursary, and grants. So that has been covered, and I think I have enough left over to pay for the rest of it, so yay. I'm also taking another course on the economics of social change that I paid for in December, and that was $50. So I want to take advantage of educational opportunities while I can, while I'm working from home, and I have that flexibility in my schedule to get that professional development in. Emergencies. I don't know why I put this in here because obviously I'm going to spend on emergencies. If like a tooth falls out and we need an emergency dentist appointment or whatever, like I'm going to make sure we do that. So I'm not going to feel bad about using my emergency fund for emergencies, like using the money in my car fund for a new car or for, you know, things like that. Kids and family, this goes back a little bit to experiences, but I'm not going to feel bad for spending money on my kids because my kids are really important to me, and so is my family. And yeah, like we like to eat together, we like to spend time together. I want to be able to do that. And, you know, kids are a little pricey. You know, they have scouts meetings, they need new snow boots, they need new winter coats, they need soccer shoes. Like, it happens. I don't want my kids to miss out on their childhood because I made mistakes when I was younger. Gifts. I like to give people gifts, and we have a lot of milestone birthdays coming up this year. Like, I'm turning 30 in February, my dad's turning 60 in January, my aunt's turning 50 in March, my son's turning 10 in September. I'm sure there are other birthdays. Those are the big ones this year. They all managed to be in the same year. So, obviously, we need to buy some gifts and things for that. So there might be a few parties we end up throwing. I will spend money on that because it'll bring family together and we will have fun. It'll be a memory. It'll be a good memory. I'm already planning for my dad and my aunt what I'm going to get them. I have a couple things that I've got my eye on. Sorry guys, got interrupted by a work call. Anyways, so that is gifts. Now we will move on to planned purchases. So like I mentioned, there are a few things that I'm going to plan to buy. These, like I said, gifts, maybe some clothing, experiences, things that I will know that I'm spending money on, and just like, we may need to move, so I might need to save up for a damage deposit. I don't know if that's going to be a planned purchase, actually, because I don't know when it's going to happen, but that sort of thing. So things that I know I need to pay for, that I'm going to make room for in my budget, just so that I know that I need to pay for it. So basically, here's the summary of my no spend rules. I would really love your thoughts. I would love to know what you think. I thought about this a lot before I filmed it. I've actually tried filming this like 3 times, and each time I get interrupted. Something happens, my phone dies, I get a phone call, the iPad crashes. So I'm glad that this one, fingers crossed, is uploaded. Would love to know what you think, and let me know if you are also doing a low buy 2023 and what your categories are, because maybe we can do this together. I would love to build a community over the year, and we'll check in, we'll talk to each other, we'll talk about our struggles, we'll talk about how we are, how we did it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I will see you again soon, and goodbye.